Now that we have Monsters University, I wonder what other Pixar prequels we'll get. Will we get Cars while they're still in the car lot? Or will we get Toy Story while they're still making the toys? Or maybe we can get a prequel to Up where we get to hang out with Carl Fredricksen when he's young, you know, when he still has his wife and she's not dead and they're not trying to have children, so I don't have to cry in the first 10 minutes of the movie. I love you. Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd with a review for you, Black Reviews. And today I'm reviewing Monsters University, the prequel to Monsters Inc. that you've all been asking for, but no one really asked for it, but we got it anyway, so now I watched it. Now we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you the good, I'm gonna give you the bad, and I'm gonna give you the nerdy. Monsters University is the prequel to Monsters Inc. We get to follow Mike and Sully when they were younger, and in college, Mike really wants to be a scarer, but he's really not that scary. And Sully comes from a long line of popular monster scarers, so he's just basically trying to be cool and not really work too hard. He's like the Van Wilder of Monsters University. First, the good. Monsters University, the actual university, like the campus, is amazingly beautiful. It made me want to go back to college again until I remembered how terrible college was. And it was just like, hey, this is kind of cool to sort of be on this campus for an hour and a half. I like it. It was like a visiting weekend. Like, you know how when you're in high school, you go visit a college for the weekend and you're like, hey, I don't know, should I check the school out? Should I go to Monsters University? I don't know. I was thinking about Acme University around the street there. Although I've been known to scare a lot of ladies. So if there's a Monsters University's female scaring only program through trying to date them, then I would be honors Dean's List. I really love a lot of the side characters. I love Art, who's like the purple thing with two legs, but that's all he is. He's like two legs and a head, and he's so fluffy I could die. And then there's Don Carlton, who I swear I worked with this guy at one point in my life. He's kind of like a salesman slash monster. You've met a Don Carlton before in your life. The main villain in this, which is like the Dean, who's played by Helen Mirren, she's like this big, long, dragon-like creature, but then she also has like a snake body, and then she has scorpion legs. She would freak me out if she was in my bed. I would be scared of her now. I might be a little attracted to her too. It might try to make out with her a little bit, but other than that, she would freak me out. I have a very strange sex drive. Now for the bad! I loved a lot of the side characters so much that I actually kind of got tired of Mike and Sully by the middle of it. I guess it was just because it's a prequel. To see the whole storyline of them not really liking each other, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like, well, we know they're gonna become best friends at the end of this thing. I felt like a lot of times the characters were basically just like human characters, but they were just monsters. I just felt like that there was some cool stuff in there they could have probably played with even more, because I felt like a lot of times the monster part of Monster University was just a lot of puns. Some of that is funny, but then some of that stuff I feel like is just a little too punny. I actually found Monsters Inc. to be a pretty funny movie, where with this one I didn't feel like it was a lot of yuck, I'm ready for some hilarity. Not gonna really get it with this. This is more of like a, aww, oh, this movie's cute. Okay, you're cute. You're like my good friend. I never want a relationship with you, Monsters University, but we can be really good friends. Where have I heard that before? And now for the nerdy. If you've ever been on a college campus, if you ever went to college, or even if you just saw a couple of Revenge of the Nerds films, this movie is gonna really hit close to home to you. There's a lot of great references to college life and like the quad and having the post where everyone puts their flyers and stuff. The parties, when to fit in with the cool kids. You get the frat boys, you get the goths, you get the jocks, except with weird, crazy creatures and monsters and very creepy looking things. Actually, in some colleges, that is kind of the same. I did go to college in the South. This feels like a good Disney movie, and what I mean by that is that it doesn't have that magical spark that we've seen in previous Pixar movies, but it's not bad, it's enjoyable. But I think this is something to really kind of point out, because I feel like Pixar lately has kind of gotten to this slope of being like, they're good Disney type films. I would love to see them make a movie that has that creativity and that originality that they've had with some of their previous films. I mean, honestly, for me, I felt like Wreck-It Ralph was more of a Pixar movie. Loved the film, enjoyed it, had a great time. It's just, if you still have that Toy Story, Up, or even Monsters Inc. itself, the really classic Pixar movie quality films in your register, I don't feel like Monster University is gonna hit that level, but I think it's something you will still have a good time seeing in the movies. But one thing I will have to commend Monster University on is it is a prequel that's good. Usually prequels suck. We all know that 3 of them were made not too long ago that sucked really bad. And Disney, you now own those. comments, what movie would you like to see have its own prequel? Would you want like Bridesmaid Babies, The Godfather Kids, a young Star Trek? Oh wait, we actually already have that, I guess. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Addy 5000. Chain chomp. Was that scary? Do I pass the class?